the league versus Caitlin Clark, and that is just absolutely false. It is unfair to the women that have been there building this league to this moment so that Caitlin Clark's popularity could take it to the next level.
Stephen A. 3 years ago, you were not talking about the W at this level. Don't do that.
Guys.
Nobody was, Monica. You making Stephen A. point, Monica. Monica, you making Stephen A. point.
Monica McNutt might have put herself in an awkward spot during a live broadcast while discussing Caitlin Clark. She emphasized the importance of recognizing other WNBA players instead of attributing the league's rising attendance solely to Caitlin. Monica pointed out that there have been incredibly talented athletes before Caitlin who didn't receive nearly the same level of recognition or media attention.
The response of folks that don't think she is praised enough and she is above reproach in terms of criticism, or that praising another player is an affront to her, is like, whoa, bro. Like, also, like, you're in my mentions talking about women's basketball. I've never ever seen you before in my life. Like,
it's clear there's a media agenda surrounding Caitlin Clark, yet she never bites back at the critics. Instead, she lets her game do the talking, breaking records like it's second nature. One by one, she's making the doubters and analysts eat their words, while we fans just sit back and watch her prove them wrong over and over again.
Stephen A., respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
All right, we gotta go.
Stephen A., I'm talking to you. Wow. Don't do that. I'm talking to you about the power that you have.
Really appreciate
my girl, but you've missed a lot of episodes of First Take.
Caitlin Clark's meteoric ascent in the WNBA has been nothing short of extraordinary. Yet, as is often the case with rapid stardom, not everyone is ready to crown her just yet. Despite her undeniable talent and record-breaking performances making national headlines, her path to becoming one of the league's most talked-about stars has been anything but smooth. Her rise has sparked intense debates and stirred up controversy, turning ESPN panels into battlegrounds, especially with outspoken analysts like Monica McNutt weighing in.
Molly Karam offering differing opinions on Clark's impact.
At one point, McNutt appeared to favor other rookies for top honors, while Cum seemed reluctant to fully embrace Clark's success, fueling even more conversation.
Rookie of the year is going to go based on the standings, because I think that is how you have the opportunity to measure impact.
And the sky's right above them.
And the Sky right now are in the playoffs, so you'd have to give the nod in my mind to Angel Reese.
Monica McNutt emerged as one of the most vocal advocates for Angel Reese during the early part of the season, backing her as the frontrunner for Rookie of the Year. Her stance was clear. Reese's impact, coupled with the Chicago Sky's stronger position in the standings compared to the Indiana Fever, made her the standout rookie in McNutt's eyes. She didn't hold back in expressing her belief that Reese possessed all the qualities necessary to claim the award, while Caitlin Clark, though undeniably talented, hadn't quite reached that same level, at least not yet.
She is cashed in, literally cashed in, but her attention, her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark. She wins the national title. First thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off of that. Even Caitlin Clark getting knocked down in that game on Saturday, who's standing up applauding but Angel Reese?
At the time, McNutt's take felt entirely reasonable. Angel Reese was performing at a level rarely seen from rookies, making her presence felt on both ends of the court for the Chicago Sky. Her well-rounded impact gave her a clear edge over her peers. In contrast, the Indiana Fever were struggling, and although Caitlin Clark delivered impressive individual performances, the team's lackluster standing didn't help her case in the eyes of analysts like McNutt.
Caitlin is fantastic, and I think she's going to have an incredible career in the WNBA. There are women that were worthy of coverage prior to her arriving, and I just will not be silenced when it comes to that.
During an ESPN broadcast, McNutt was compelled to shift her stance on Caitlin Clark. But even in doing so, she couldn't resist slipping in a few subtle jabs, stopping short offering her full respect. She acknowledged that Clark had proven herself not only as a top rookie, but as one of the league's standout players overall. It wasn't just the stats, though those were impressive. It was the leadership Clark brought to a struggling Indiana Fever squad, and the undeniable way she captivated fans across the league. McNutt admitted that while she had been firmly in Angel Reese's corner earlier in the season, Clark's impact had forced her to reconsider.
Game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm at.
While McNutt may have eventually acknowledged Clark's brilliance, not everyone at ESPN appeared as eager to celebrate her rise. Molly Karam, one of the network's most recognizable voices, often seemed to downplay Clark's achievements, whether consciously or not. Time and again, Karam would redirect conversations away from Clark, even when her record-breaking performances dominated headlines. Fans quickly picked up on the pattern. Whenever Clark's name entered the discussion, Karam appeared noticeably reluctant to offer the praise many believed was well-earned.
There were a
But
lot
I'm
of
not gonna
people
let
that
you do it.
laid the groundwork that deserve shine as well. Here's what we're going to do.
Are they playing now?
Here's
Are
what we're going to do.
Are they playing now?
We don't have Andrea.
Remember, you gotta
we don't
slice
have
the
any
legs,
of the women, Chanae.
Remember,
They'll
you gotta
come
slice the
back
legs.
on. We'll revisit this conversation gladly.
One of the most striking moments came after Caitlin Clark shattered Alyssa Thomas's assist record, a milestone that should have firmly established her as one of the league's brightest stars. Yet instead of highlighting Clark's historic achievement, Karam quickly pivoted the conversation toward other players, attempting to shift the spotlight elsewhere. To many, it felt like a deliberate move to avoid giving Clark too much shine. Viewers and analysts alike took notice, with some speculating that Karam's reluctance was part of a broader effort to maintain balance in the league's narrative. But to many fans, the approach came off as forced and even disingenuous.
Be dogged by better defenders one-on-one, and of course on the defensive end she's got to go play defense. So I'm not sure what the scheme will be to protect her, because nobody has talked about her as a defender, and there's reason why.
Cum's position became even more apparent when Clark set a new single-season scoring record, yet another historic milestone that should have dominated headlines. Instead of celebrating Clark's on-court brilliance, Cum downplayed the achievement, suggesting her star power was driven more by popularity than performance. According to Karam, Clark's rise was less about her skills and more about her ability to attract viewers to the WNBA. The implication? That Clark was seen as a star simply because she was a fan favorite, not because of her game. To many, that take felt like an unfair dismissal of the talent, drive, and consistency that had defined Clark's rookie season. It overlooked the reality that fans weren't just showing up for a personality. They were showing up for a generational talent. For supporters, Cum's continued hesitation to fully embrace Clark's success left a bitter aftertaste, as if Clark hadn't already earned every bit of her spotlight.
That's exactly what I'm saying, because
go
I
ahead,
think it makes a mockery
Okay.
of the women's game. If the focus on, now we just have to have people because of marketing and their attention, and they're not as talented, we're not putting the best team out there.
Stephen A. Smith, never one to shy away from a bold take, also weighed in on the Caitlin Clark discourse. But unlike Molly Karam, his perspective struck a different chord. Known for his fiery commentary, Smith had been closely following the growing buzz around the Clark-Reese dynamic and didn't hesitate to call it like he saw it. In his view, the rivalry wasn't organic, it was being manufactured, largely by Angel Reese and those in her corner. Smith emphasized that while fans and media alike were eager to frame the two as fierce adversaries, Clark had kept her focus squarely on basketball, letting her game do the talking. She wasn't fueling the drama or leaning into the narrative. Instead, she stayed composed, performing at an elite level without engaging in the rivalry chatter.
Remember when you were waving your hand in Caitlin Clark's face when you were beating her for the national championship? Everybody remembered then that you belonged in the WNBA and your future was going to be on the pro level. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Who are these down?
Did I take an injury? Let's be real. I literally played with my ankle like a golf ball, like a little golf ball when we played against Iowa. And like pain, I'm hurt when like I can't play. Like they gonna have to tell me like you shut down, like you can't play. That's what they was telling me yesterday. Like you shut down, like you can't.